going to be safe from plague and diseases because we're going to be, busy doing the right thing. So as long as all of us are doing the right thing, we have nothing to fear, right? If all of us will just sit and learn Torah all day, not watch the damn Angels game, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm ruining it for everybody, lady. I'm ruining it tonight, right? Then us as a people have nothing to fear.
That reminds me, I used to date a photographer.
Okay.
And this is like December 2005, and I was kind of insecure in our relationship because she wasn't interested in converting to Judaism.
Okay.
But on the other hand, we had great sex. And she was erudite. She had a degree in English literature. Let's just listen to my...
Takahashi's pitching. Okay, go ahead.
So she had a degree in English literature. She was blonde.
Okay.
She was
hot.
She was hot.
Is this going to be a sex story? Is this going to end up in bed?
We're having great sex.
There it is.
And
yeah.
I never had to pay for a single date with her. She paid for everything.
She was financially
she was better off than I was.
She was endowed?
She was better off than I was, and she paid for everything. She paid for movies, for meals. Like, it was a sweet, sweet run. But she wasn't interested in Judaism. She was a shiksa. So one weekend, one Friday afternoon, we talk about getting together on Sunday. And I call her on Sunday. She doesn't pick up. And she doesn't get back to me until Monday morning. So I got all like hoity-toity and like, she's not getting back to me, I'm not going to respond to her. So then we didn't talk for a day or two, and she figured I'd broken up with her. And so then I didn't get to have any more great sex with her. Because I couldn't handle that she didn't call me back on Sunday. We didn't get together on Sunday when we should have. Like, I wasn't able to like just stay calm and stay poised. Instead I was like, oh, I was so upset that she didn't get back to me. And of course she was a woman, and she'd go through like these depression things where for a few days she just needed to check out. She didn't want to be in contact. And so that was hard for me to deal with, so I lost her. And then the industry that I was covering at this time.
What industry was that, lady?
This was the pornography industry. So they would have a yearly convention in Las Vegas in early January.
Oh, AVN Awards.
Yeah, so...
AVN, what was it called?
I don't remember this foolishness.
It was called AVN. It's called the Adult Video... What's the N stand for?
Okay, news.
You don't know anything. You know exactly.
Let me tell my story. So I would always freeload to these conventions. So I've always been a freeloader, and I'd always like have some friends in the industry who I could stay with for the convention.
Yeah.
But this time my friends who I normally stay with weren't going, or they couldn't put me up. So I had to like start putting announcements out on my website, like, hey, can I like stay with anyone? Can I get a ride with anyone? So I never wanted to like spend money driving there or flying there. I always wanted to freeload. So
in Vegas they have like rooms you can buy for $8 a night.
So I thought I was going to stay with my girlfriend, but then she wasn't my girlfriend anymore. So I put an announcement out, and this kind of former porn star said, hey, you can stay with me. And I said, sweet. So she was just out of the industry a year or two. She was a big fan of mine.
Okay.
And so I found her at the hotel, and we get into the hotel, and she says, well, I think you should know before our mutual friends tell you, but I'm a huge fan of yours. So we're there in our hotel room. She's lying on her bed, and I'm lying on mine, and we're just kind of getting acquainted because we never met in person. So after about 5 minutes of this,
right,
she says, oh, I'm going to take off my clothes.
Okay.
And so
didn't see that coming, folks.
So I was like a gentleman. I was like, let me look away.
Right.
And she said, no, I don't mind if you look. And I was like, oh, okay.
Right. Why would she mind? She's made a whole living on guys looking at her. So
right, but
why would she suddenly go?
I guess it was my studies in Torah that led me to like want to look away. But I didn't want to look away. I guess when she said it,
you weren't even Jewish.
Not so much. I'd done my Reform conversion. So
yeah.
So she started taking off her clothes, and I said, hey, would you like some company in bed?
Okay.
And she like gets this big smile on her face. She said, "No, but I'll come into your bed." So she comes into my bed, and
What's the difference?
no, so we start making out. And she's naked, and she says, "Well, I'm allergic to latex." Because I brought condoms, hoping that this is what we'd be doing. So this is like 5 minutes after we got into the room. Got this naked girl in my bed on top of me, and we're already talking about condoms.
How did we go from the Torah portion to this again?
Trust me. It's subtle,
okay.
but it's
All right.
there.
Mhm.
So,
Though some people told me that they don't follow the show anymore because Lady goes off on these huge tangents that have nothing to do with anything.
some people tell me they don't follow the show anymore because you go off on these tangents about Torah. like, get in the way of my sex stories.
All right, go ahead.
So she needed like special condoms,
Okay.
like expensive ones, and she said like I've only brought 5, and we've got like a whole weekend together.
Okay.
So anyway, like she brings out a condoms, like I slip one on, she clambers on top of me. So like within 10 minutes of us being in the room, we're having sex,
Okay.
and I tell her she wanted to know what I wanted to do, and I said I'm very conservative. And she said, "You're very conservative. Here you are having sex with a stranger." So anyway, we had sex. Then she went out to a party that night. Came back at like 2 a.m. and I do her again, and she got a real kick out of it because I asked her, "Could we do doggy?" She said most guys would just like move me into the position without asking, but I guess that was kind of delicate and feminine of me because I asked her, "Could we do doggy?" And then I had to go looking through my the medicines that I brought with me, because I knew I brought some Levitra,
I knew this was coming.
but I wasn't sure what was Levitra and what was lithium, and so I took a lithium.
Are you on lithium?
I was. I took a lithium thinking it was Levitra, but I was able to get the job done anyway because she was so young and hot and taut, and I was like excited.
And at least you did it in a balanced chemical state.
Right. And I was so hurt by losing my girlfriend that I needed this solace. This like made me feel.
So you're bipolar?
Yeah. So this made me feel, good. And so we ran out of condoms.
Okay.
Because she could only take that special condom. So then I was like faced with a dilemma. She said she was all tested and that she was clean.
Okay.
But on the other hand, she was an ex-porn star.
I wouldn't touch her even with a condom.
On the other hand, I had an erection. And she was there and she was naked.
Right.
So, I mean, I was really faced with a dilemma. And, but anyway, she wanted me to do her in her bathroom.
Is there an end to this story?
Somehow yeah. And so, like, Torah Jews, we don't have sex in bathrooms. Like, we were just talking about how God will take away illness if you follow His commandments. So, it's like if you abstain from male, unprotected anal sex in gay bathhouses, you're likely to be a lot healthier. If you abstain from banging porn stars and even ex-porn stars without condoms, you will be a lot healthier. If you stay away from the crack pipe, you will be a lot healthier.
But the crack pipe doesn't even go against Torah. There goes that.
If you stay away from like sex with strangers, you're going to be a lot healthier. Because like this other woman that I had sex with, we just did it once. Because she was
Right.
kind of famous, and I have a thing for that. She was blonde and was hot. And,
All right, you did. Can I just say?
but she then
Wrap
wrote
it up. Wrap it up.
Did I tell you to wrap up your rant against left-wing modern Orthodox? No. Did I tell you to wrap up your rant about saying the blessing, thank you God, not making a woman? A lot of people can finally understand what we've been talking about through these concrete illustrations that I provided. Anyway, that one night stand, it turned horrible. She wrote this blog post saying I was a terrible lover. She called me Thumper. She said that like I put my hand over her mouth when we were having sex because I didn't want the neighbors to hear her moans. They were so loud.
Well, I've heard that story in a different one.
Okay, well.